Yo, it's good everyone. This is AEO Boxing from Madiba, and here's my post-fight review for Jared Anderson versus Charles Martin. And this was a big step-up fight for Jared Anderson. Martin is a former champion and has fought top and good competition at heavyweight. He's fought Anthony Joshua, Adam Koanachi, Gerald Washington, and Luis Ortiz. Martin is an experienced fighter, and this was Jared's biggest fight to date. Martin is also the most dangerous opponent that Jared has faced because Martin has power, he's a southpaw, and he was a late replacement. Those type of guys are known for giving anyone trouble. Because of this, I respect Anderson for taking this fight. Even though he won the fight, Jared struggled in this fight, and some people are saying he got exposed. And there's some truth to those statements because Jared did struggle. The most noticeable thing was that Jared kept on getting hit with the left hand. Martin was landing consistent left hands throughout the duration of the fight, whether it be the lead left, counter left, or behind a jab. That left hand from the southpaw stance was landing all night, and Martin would even hurt Jared Anderson twice in the fight with the left hand. The first time was in the 5th round, and Jared was pretty much on survival mode for the rest of the round. Martin would continue to land that left hand throughout the duration of that round. The second time was in the last round. Jared was dominating the round all the way up to the end until he decided to switch from orthodox to southpaw. Martin would take advantage of this moment and throw a 1-2 when Jared was resetting, and that left hand would crack the shit out of Jared, sending him backwards into the ropes. Martin would try to jump on Jared, but the bell would save Jared. The biggest issue of this was that Jared couldn't make adjustments to that left hand despite seeing it all night. Furthermore, this would happen when Jared was fighting orthodox, but when he was fighting from the southpaw stance, he wasn't getting hit with that left hand often. So it somewhat confused me that Jared fought the majority of the fight as an orthodox, even though his best rounds were him fighting as a southpaw, which were round 3, in which Jared dropped Martin with a counter right hook, and round 9, where Jared would dominate and walk down Martin and barely got hit doing it. The other issue that Jared had in this fight was dealing with the movement of Martin. For the majority of the fight, Martin was utilizing his legs and fighting off the back foot, looking for opportunities to counter and ambush Jared with lead left hands. Jared, on the other hand, was the pressure fighter and was trying to walk down Martin. In those situations, the pressure fighter is supposed to cut off the ring. However, Jared did a lot of following rather than cutting off. Because he was following, this allowed Martin to stay off the ropes for long stretches of the fight and evade and get away from Jared. Don't get me wrong, Jared still found success in following Martin and was cutting off the ring at certain points of the fight, but he definitely would have had more success if he was cutting off the ring more, making the ring smaller. Because when Jared had Martin on the ropes, he would land nice combinations that would often buzz and sometimes look like it would hurt Martin. But as mentioned before, Jared had the most success cutting off the ring as a southpaw, so it still confuses me that he wanted to fight orthodox for the majority of the fight. But besides that, I believe that Jared showed a lot of good qualities in this fight. He had a very consistent, strong jab throughout the fight from both stances, which allowed him to land combinations, especially with the right hand, upstairs and downstairs, and from the southpaw stance, he was really teeing off on Martin. His gas tank appeared to be good as well. This was his first time going 10 rounds and getting a decision, but he was never gassed out. He did get a little tired in the 6th round, but he would recover and finish strong. Jared will also show some durability. Yes, I know he got hurt twice, but this is the heavyweight division. Everyone is going to get hurt at some point, and even when he got hurt, he fought smart and didn't touch the canvas. And lastly, his ability to switch hit really showed in this fight. He can be effective out of both stances, but he definitely needs to work on that more. In my opinion, if you're having more success in one stance, you should probably stay in that stance more rather than going back to other stance where you're having trouble. Overall, this was a good learning experience for Jared, and I definitely believe he'll grow from it. Most people anticipated a KO in this fight, especially since AJ and Luis Ortiz were able to knock out Martin, but I think it's important that Jared got the rounds and experience in. And shout out to Charles Martin for taking up this fight as a late replacement and testing Jared. He fought very well in this fight. But the question is, what's next for Jared? His competition's only going to increase from here, so he needs to fight an established name in the heavyweight division. In my opinion, I think he should fight Efe Ajagba. Ajagba is with Top Rank, so that's an easy fight to make. Ajagba has also faced other contender level heavyweights, so it'll be a good gauge for Jared. Additionally, the style matchup would be favorable for Jared. This would still be a dangerous fight due to the power that Ajagba has, but it'll be another step-up fight and a name that would increase the stock of Jared. As of right now, I don't think Jared beats any of the top 5 heavyweights. Guys like Usyk, Fury, AJ, Wilder, and Zhang, especially Usyk. If Jared had trouble dealing with Martin, who was using a lot of movement and was fighting as a southpaw, then Usyk will definitely have the most success against Jared. He still needs more experience. Maybe he'll fight for a title next year, and hopefully the heavyweight division will have some motion by then. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing from Madiba. Hit like and subscribe, and more contents coming your way.